In the last video, we designed a circuit board from our retro schematics and pushed them to JLC for manufacture. Those boards just showed up, so today we'll start building. First, we need to clear out the breadboard to make room for assembly. Power it down and disconnect everything. We can keep the control card, we'll need that later. Kinda hate to move this after all that work, but better things to come. Crack that open. Kind of a strange box configuration. They probably make way more smaller footprint boards. Quite well packed though. Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, that's actually the back. Made sure each side had good silkscreen, so it's hard to tell the difference at first glance. Should have added some component side and solder side markings. Make sure you start on the correct side when building. Always nervous doing that first check for internal power plane shorts. Looks fine. I gathered up the parts. Now that's a big slab of chips. Delicious. I'm going to socket these for the first board. I don't trust myself. I also corralled all of the other parts for convenience. We'll start by adding some 4mm hex head bolts for standoffs for easier assembly. Normally you build from low to high, but we'll do this in the same section order as the breadboard. I don't have a fancy camera set up, so bear with me on this stuff. Hopefully it won't be too sucking. We need power, so we'll start simple with just the onboard 5V barrel jack, the 5V power indicator LED, and associated resistor. Plug that in. No smoke. Always a good sign. We'll work on the other power options after we build all of the logic. Let's build the oscillator and oscillator divider first. We'll need the 14.318 MHz crystal, a 7404 hex inverter in EZ1, a 74161 binary counter in Fox1, a 7437 quad NAND driver in Henry 1, and we'll need some passives. Also remember that you can use a plain old 7400 here because low power Schottky outputs can drive 20 input loads, and we're only driving a maximum of 9 from this chip, so you don't really need to go out and buy this one-off part type. It's actually pretty hard for me to insert parts without a shop glass, and everything's out of focus and frame. Not my forte. I grabbed one of these Jameco pin straightener tools. Wish I had this a million chips ago. Fire that up. She's accounting. 14.31 something out of the oscillator. If you squeeze your eyes real tight, you can imagine that third digit's an 8. Cheap oscillator. And we've got a nice 4.0, almost 9 clock line. Cool. Next up are the video counters. We'll need the 4 binary counters in Love 1, King 1, Mary 1, and Nancy 1. The 7408 in Henry 2 and the 7400 in Nancy 4. I'll put in those debug headers as well. I pre-bent the whole slab of chips, so these should pop in easily. Fire that up. Nothing. Forgot the pull-up resistors. Try that again. And nothing. We still have a good clock though. Oh yeah, we need this V-Sync line which comes out of jack 1, otherwise the low order counters are held in reset. Was trying to get away cheap for this section, but easier just to drop in that quad latch now. Much better. Low order horizontal outputs. High order. Low order vertical. High order. Counters are good. Next up is the video sync section and video out. We'll need the 7432 quad OR in DOG 2, the 7402 quad NOR in EZ3, the 7486 quad exclusive OR in EZ2, and a few passives. Throw in that onboard video jack too. Fire that up. No fancy test here, The monitor thinks the video is normal, so good enough for now. Good time to plug on the control card and switch to that jack. Also works fine. Also a good time to install that 25-pin header so we can use it for I/O probing. We're going to do the borders next, but we need to build the screen flip section on sheet 4 first because all UI elements are generated off the non-prime counter feeds coming off this circuit. We'll need the pair of 74283 binary counters in Mary 2 and Nancy 2. The 7486 exclusive OR gates in Mary 3, Nancy 3, Love 2, and King 2. The 7404 hex inverters in Jack 2 and Mary 9. And the 7408 quad AND gate in Henry 7. If you're not going to use the flip screen function for cocktail mode, you can simply jumper out these binary adders and even the exclusive OR gates. You'll need to keep Mary 3 in there because one gate in the package is used elsewhere. We'll build the whole thing for full testing and we'll need to tie the P2 conditional line down for now. I'm not going to bother to test this section. We'll know soon enough if it's screwed up. Now back to the borders. We'll need the 7427 in Henry 3, the 7411 in Love 4, the 7408 in King 4, the 7402 in Jack 3, and the 7400 in Henry 4. The two diodes CR9 and CR10 and the associated pull-up resistor R59. And R52 to drop the borders on the video bus. And it's about time to add a few more of those VCC filters. Power that up. First light. Yeah, you can tell how excited I am. Try the flip screen for cocktail mode. That looks okay too. Oh, that was a lot of work for very little reward, but we needed to get through the basics. I think we're way oversubscribed for today and my eyes are shot. Speaking of shot, that sounds like a really good idea right now. In the next video, we'll build at least the paddle, ball counter, and ball motion control circuits. Thanks for watching.